Thank you so much for staying tuned to this channel. If you just joined us, this is This Morning on ITV TMI. Right now, it's all about what is happening in your local government, yes, ahead of the election. Talking about development of the local government. Don't forget that in Edo State, the election right now, it was shifted here to September. Members have been talking about it. You get to hear Deputy Governor really lamenting, people like saying that they feel the man's pain and anguish. How can you tell me that 18 local governments a month generated 3 million naira? When I got to see that video, I was taken aback. I was like, what is really going on? What is happening? He said, 3 million, 18 local government areas. Anyway, we'll visit that also in course of this discussion. And talking about issues emanating also from the local government, then we expand it to the country. I still have my guests with me here in the studio, Barrister Justin, and of course, Honorable Odigie. Will be sharing their thoughts and their opinion in this particular discussion. I want to start off with you, Honorable Odigie. There is this speculation making the rounds that the people in charge of the local government were hurriedly chased out of office in Edo State. You know, if it's anything to go by, some are saying that enough notice was given to them, and moreover, with the cry or anguish of the governor, or deputy governor rather, that how can 18 local government raise just 3 million when you put them together? That is truly uncalled for. What do you think is really playing out in Edo State politics vis-a-vis local government areas? Over to you.
Well, see, local government is the third tier of government.
Yes.
In a presidential system. And from our own assessment, we have two tiers of government in Nigeria, the federal and the state. The local government is an appendage of the state. And what has been happening since 1999, all the governors till the present day, they've taken the local government as part of their own asset. They determine when to conduct election. They determine who to allow to run the affairs of the local government. They determine when to fire. And they determine how much or the responsibilities to give to the local government, which is contrary to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Let's take Edo State, for example. What constitutional right has the governor to determine when to conduct election, when the Constitution specifically said 3 years? The young men or the young people, I don't know whether there was a lady that were booted out with shame, and he deceived us by calling them liaison officers.
Where's the social it?
I'm
it
coming.
Is there the Constitution.
To call them liaison officers?
It is there. It is backed
by
his own order.
Not acting local government chairman, liaison officers. I'm hearing that for the first time. Show me the Constitution. Show me the section in the Constitution. How dare you violate the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? Whether you have immunity or not. I'm coming. Whether you have immunity
or not. He did not violate the Constitution. Please let me gather.
He violated the Constitution.
And there was no decision.
What he did is an impeachable offense.
Says who?
What he did, I said so.
Your own opinion. And many may differ.
The Constitution said what he did is an impeachable offense. If we had had a constituted House of Assembly based on that singular reason, Obaseki would have been impeached.
All right, I will come back.
I'm not done yet. You asked me a question.
I know you're not done.
I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet.
Hold on, honorable.
No,
hold on.
let me finish now. You asked me a question.
You will finish. It's like,
I have points that I want to master out.
Just hold on, because like your emotion is getting the best of you right now. That's why I want you to calm down. I'll come back to you. Not to worry. Just take a breather. Calm down. I will definitely come back to you, okay? The governor have the right as a governor to make sure that the local government is functional. All right, it was deliberated, it was debated upon then liaison officers, goes back way back, even in our constitution. We will come back to that.
Okay.
Now, barrister, local government election, the date hasn't fixed already. It was shifted from one day to the other. And really point out that some were shown the exit door, though many people would not like the word coloration he used, booted out. They were given enough time, they were given enough notice. Now, what do you have to say about political situation in Edo State local government?
You see, the local government situation in Edo State, I would say, is comatose.
Comatose in what terms?
When I use the word comatose, it's not functional. It's not what it's supposed to be. It's what we refer to in our government class, those is political hierarchy. See, these are some terms we use then. Now let me come down. You see, local government election is the closest to the people. Very nice and wonderful. It's the closest to the people, the third tier of government. And let me say this, if we actually utilize that local government properly, a lot of things can be handled and resolved, and the people will be happy. Now let me take you back to history. Sometime in 1988, 89, 90, Mr. or Chief Lucky Nosakare Gbinedion was local government chairman of then Uredu, or Uredu local government, which comprised of Igor, Ikpobaoka, and I think a bit of maybe Ovia, all those sides, like, yeah. Then I think it was still on that Bendest, if I'm not mistaken. The man, Chief Lucky Nosakare Gbinedion, did some fantastic things that we still reap today. Lucky Gbinedion, Chief Lucky Nosakare Gbinedion, he built Olia Market. He built Yanga Market. He built Uwama. Go and verify, as we say in obedient family. Go and verify. Yanga Market, Olia Market, Uwa Market. Then this one that is around second, third area, I think Ekusa, I don't know how they call it. And the part of Mugunu. He gave bursary to students.
As a local government boss?
Yes. He gave me, I will tell you as it is, my brother, my immediate elder brother benefited from that bursary. He gave 500 naira a day. As I then you know what 500 naira
is.
I think he did that twice in that administration. He built some streets in my, I can't remember, I think Faith Street and some other street around Uzebu, Second Cemetery area. That was local. That's the one I can remember because I was much younger then. So you can imagine if as at then, about 30 years ago or more, a local government chairman that handled a local government that it was not split into 3 or 4. Into 3 or 4. He did this, but I saw. Go and fact check. Then what now stops the one we are having now from doing more? Because the Bible said that the glory of the latter will be better than the former. Benin will say, that your child is better, more prosperous than you. It's not because it's a blessing. That my child will be better. I didn't go to school, my child will go to school. I'm a lawyer, my child will be a senior advocate. If I couldn't make it. These are prayers, and you are happy. So, coming home, you see, The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, provided specifically for local government administration. I think you take it down from section 7 or 8. And he said they will be elected or governed by democratically elected government. Then we have the Local Government Council Law of 2000, which also make provision for it. So imagine the crisis and the chaos that they have. You don't have a head to hold accountable. Imagine it is time for election in Edo State. By November, sometime around September next year, then we won't have election. Then when the new government is to come, nobody to come. They now have maybe sole administrator or liaison officer as the governor of Edo State. Do you know what that is like? You are not ready. It's a fundamental constitutional breach. It's likened to coup d'etat. None of the local governments, first it came with sole administrator, which is unknown to our laws or constitution. Now it came with liaison office, which is also unknown to our laws. You ought to plan. They say if you fail to plan, you've planned to fail. You ought to plan, okay, they will exit just like they've started planning for 2024 election already. That's why you ought to plan for local government election before the expiration of the extant government or the extant local government chairman. You don't wait for it to expire before you... No! As it's going to expire on the... Like, Buhari will be leaving on the 29th. It's expected that Tinubu will take over. That is how it's supposed to be for local governments. Then what do we have? They squeeze them. They hold them by the jugular so they can't function. It's a serious constitutional breach. And if you have to go into it, you see that the argument or the submission of my friend on this side is not going to be far-fetched. Okay, I think Mr. Obaze, Osaro Obaze, took Adams Oshomole and others to court on this issue when they tried to prematurely terminate his appointment. And Honorable Justice Francis Esoho Ikpome, who was the judge that handled that case, now became the chief judge, now retired as now a retired judge of Edo State High Court, gave judgment in favor of Osaro Obaze that you cannot suddenly terminate his government. He is independent, just like the way you are. So he has his role, he has his function, he has his revenue, everything to it. And that was it. There were other, I think, Abu Mere or Gene.
All right, I'm almost to start calling names or going down memory line or history.
I'm not calling them, I'm citing cases.
Okay.
I'm a lawyer. Yeah. We cite case to support our position. I just cited Osaro Obaze. Yes, it's a case. You can go and check at the
Of course, remember
you understand? That. So the same thing. So the judiciary has made pronouncement on this. It is wrong. I won't hide it. It is wrong in all areas you look at it. It is wrong for there not to be a functional local government chairman since 2020.
And this not only Edo State, it's spread across border in the country.
Whether in Edo State, an injury to one is an injury to all.
Right.
Whether it is done in Edo State or anywhere, it is wrong, it is unconstitutional, and it should not be tolerated.
Okay. Now, let me come to an honorable because you're a little bit calm now. All right. If you take a look at the situation right now in Edo State pertaining to local government, some are saying that the reason why we are having this, how will I put it now, disagreement because of... hold on. Because of the underperformance, so to speak, of the liaison officers in question. How true is this rumor making the rounds?
Well, you cannot really assess the performance of the liaison officer because they are unconstitutional. They are not supposed to be there. And who determines their performance? They were selected and their box. Now, according to what I also read, was that during the last election for House of Assembly, they did not perform. They promised the governor that they will deliver their respective local governments. And based on the outcome of the election, they all failed woefully.
There are speculations, though.
That is what?
Speculation, because we cannot prove it.
I mean, whether speculation. Okay. So they did not perform.
Yes.
Their performance was below expectation. So based on that, they now booted them out. The question I also asked, why would the governor, like the, Asoro, no, the one from Oredo, Aroko, that he came from the same ward with the governor, and he failed to win his own unit.
There's a speculation.
No, that's what was written on the paper.
Well, that was
what was written on the paper. That was what was written on the paper. So because of that, the governor asked them, using Osagbovo Ijoha, to eject him out of office.
Maybe later
the same governor, why would the governor, it's like Tinubu will be blaming the governor of Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu, for failing to deliver Lagos when he is also from Lagos. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Why would Tinubu blame Sanwo-Olu for not delivering Lagos for him for the presidential election when he is also from Lagos and he also failed? So why would Obaseki dumped Aroko or blame Aroko, the Oredo liaison officer, for not delivering his own word when he himself is also from the same word?
Story from one source.
So what I'm trying to say,
the story yet. So let's
now, in politics, this is what happened. You all know, we're all aware of it. When it's coming to election, during election, they appoint Essex. Wike did it. He appointed over 2,300 Essex.
200,000.
Yeah, 200,000, you remember. Obaseki did it. The first election, he appointed several Essex. Then, this election, he appointed numerous Essex. I can't remember the figure. Immediately after election, they were dumped capriciously.
Don't hold on, I want to go for a break. We are going for a break. We are going for a break.
Okay.
When we return, we'll continue.
I will start from there.
Don't go away. We'll be right back.
TMI, every opinion counts.
Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you just joined us, this is TMI Sunday's edition. We're taking a look at Edo State local government. Yes, ahead of the local government election. I'm talking about developing the local government, but mainly because of the election that will be coming up in September. Activities building up to that particular September. See, I have my guests here in the studio, Honorable Dige Wadiae, and of course, Barrister Justin Ore. They are here sharing their views and opinions, of course, having at the back of their mind the rules governing the airwaves. Yes, the rules are very, very important. Without rules, we are not more than, people without the rule of law. So please, let's stick to the rules, okay? Let's stick to the ruls. So you're making a point before we went on that break. Continue with the point you're making.
Well,
yes.
Well, if I can remember, I think the last elected local government we had in Edo State was 2013. The rest, they were all caretaker committee till the present day. And in one of those local government, I was the secretary to the local government, specifically of Via Northeast. And see, local government and the behavior of most of the governors, they have strangled the local government, and the chances for local government to perform their constitutional responsibilities becomes a bottleneck. Until that is changed, we change from that behavior, local government will be ineffective. And most of the executive, the state governors, they see local government as part of an arm of government, or rather as an appendage for them to amass wealth. They said the 18 local governments only generated 3.2 million. We've not heard from the local government why the low generation of revenue. Mind you, before now, the state took most of the responsibilities from the local government, like the billboards. So most of the levies that fell under the responsibilities of the local government, the state is now performing it. 2, the cash crunch, this new design cash crunch, did they actually generate revenue? What local government is now doing, apart from the markets, they don't have any other thing. And the governor came, decided, or on his own, to appoint, instead of conducting election, appointed caretaker committee. He was unhappy with the caretaker committee, dissolved the caretaker committee, promised the election, postponed the election, and appointed the liaison officer for them for political reasons. For reason best to, they did not perform. He booted them out the same way he dropped the SX. So we keep on telling these people, anytime there is election, there's always appointments. They are using them.
All right.
Because for one reason or the other, they have no jobs.
Okay, I will come back to you. You've landed. I will come back to you. All right. Some are saying that if you take a look at the country, still basing on or focusing more rather on local government election, is that the ruling party takes it all. Hence, no other person may just have a shot at becoming the local government chairman, and this is not so healthy for democracy at the grassroots level. Barrister, what do you have to say about this?
Well, like I will always say, I like to go into a bit of history. I think the first, since 1999, the first governor that came on board was in Edo State was Chief Lokino Sakari Igbenedion, and he was a former local government chairman. In his time, when there were other political parties. I remember Ego was under APP or something like that. That was Mr. Henry Dago. Yes, you can verify it. And under his dispensation or administration, he even won the best local government chairman at the time, or best performing local government chairman at that time.
From another party?
Yes, at APP. And I think that was the party.
Yeah, APP. Yeah.
APP. Why Chief Lucky, the governor, was in PDP. So if we don't manage our diversity properly, there is going to be affliction. I'm sorry I used that word. Okay, there is going to be mismanagement of situations, as we are saying. It is what is democracy? Election of the best to serve you. Government of the people, by the people, for the people. So the first thing is the people. Who the people want. not who the governor wants. So if the people of Oredo want somebody from Labour Party, so be it. That is when we will be able to hold him responsible. If they say they want a person from PDP, that be it, but let it be the choice of the people. So if he's not performing to the people's expectation, the people also know what to do. There are constitutional means, it can be impeached, his tenure can go expire, and he will not be re-elected. These are ways democracy cleanses itself. Yes, but what do we have? You want all of them to be your candidates, your party people, because you want to use them, because you want to take from them. Do you know that the truth be told, many of these local government chairmen, they don't receive their allocation as it comes from Abuja. What they take is far less than what comes in. Go and verify. If you want me to mention it, I can mention names. And it is not supposed to be so. The Bible says, can we continue sin that grace may abound? Say, God forbid. And so we go day. No, look at what is happening.
All right.
Do you know when this local government system was first established, before the British, the colonial master came, it is this established local government words that our monarchs were using to govern the people. It is true there when they had conquered the system of government they met, the colonial masters, they now use the monarch to indirectly be ruling. That's what they call indirect rule. Before the British came to Edo or Benin City, Benin's have already been trading with the Portuguese and the Dutch. The roads that were on ground were like the ones abroad. But have we been able to improve on those roads?
All right.
So they should allow local government space and throw it open. Let the people decide.
Okay.
Let the people lead. Whoever is the person that is chosen, sorry, I'm taking a bit of your time, is chosen or elected, so let it be. Like in Oredo, I want to go to the issue of the election. It is in public domain.
Thank you. All right, now I want to stop you there. Let's leave the election in the past. There'll be days for that, not too much, because we are pressed for time.
Okay.
2 minutes each. Oh, well, that's okay. A minute each, but to summarize the point. What are the chances of other parties to come out tops in the forthcoming local government election? I'll start off with you, Honorable Odigye.
Yeah,
1 minute.
Well, from what we've had in the past,
Yes.
it is always 100%. It is the governor that is going to appoint the CX chairman, the electoral officers, and everything. And this new Yakubu syndrome in the midst of a coalition go to court. So it has come to stay. And the possibility that other opposition party will win any of the local government, it's not there.
Okay. Thank you. Yes.
On
1 minute.
On that score, I will strongly differ from my friend and my brother, Mr. Honorable Odigye, on that. There is the possibility and the likelihood that other political parties will win in other local government in Edo State. We see it play out in the presidential election, how Oredo Mubaka went. We saw it during the House of Assembly election. So, except they want to muzzle, and you know the crisis that followed.
All right. So you're saying it's not going to be 18 over 18?
No.
And you are saying it's going to be 18 over 18?
It's not going to be 18 over 18.
Okay.
If it's going to be 18 over 18, it means it's not democratic.
All right. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you. Thank you.
Has it been democratic before?
Well, this time around, it will be democratic.
Let us rest here.
the other parties will come up.
Let us rest here. Well, we've heard them.
Credible candidates.
This discussion will continue to the local government election. There'll be subsequent time for us to really come out and really talk more on this particular local government election. It's going to be 18 by 18, or we're going to have some surprises, some underdogs coming to say, hey, it's our turn, let the people lead. Gentlemen, I appreciate the wonderful analysis. Thank you so much for coming on today's show. And don't forget the opinions. It has something to do with ITV, but they did our best possible to follow those regulations governing the airwave despite the emotions. We're like, please follow rules and regulations. We'll meet again next time. Be blessed, be strong, stay out of trouble. Your destiny has always been in your hands.
Thank you.
For now.